Most people in life are wondering, how do I make a life worth living and a retirement worth having? It's a difficult thing to do if you're busy lying, stealing, and cheating people out of their lives. I talked about this in a very incredible audio file called The Satan Force. The problem is someone edited it with a part of my own private audio files that Google collects. So it's not the same. The best part is the last few seconds, and then someone cut off the best part. You see, there is a force in the land that thinks they know what God is. They think they know what God does, and they think they're in control of the earth. What I see is developers and communities lying about their rights. Not only are they employing a lot of people, they're employing so many that they don't even know who their people are anymore. They also turn that over to other men who employ people who are here illegally, doing things immorally, and are stealing from our people. You see, when I talk about this, nobody wants to hear. The truth is not true, that people just want to ignore the truth. The problem is they're invading our cities, they're stealing from us, and I'm looking for a particular pipe that I utilize for a medical reason, and it is not here. When I find that, I find myself raging, because I do not give anyone the right to put their hands in any of my property. Yet people at the shelter that I stayed at very shortly and very briefly, when I could tolerate it in the winter, just to be warm, put their hands on me, put their hands in my pockets, stole things and papers from my pants pockets, and I'm looking for those things now, and I'm not finding them at all. Why is that? Why is it that my papers for my life are missing from my property? What gives these black people, these women, the right to keep getting into my life? I have not authorized them in any way to touch me or my property. I've not authorized them to molest my body. I've not authorized them to take my paperwork. I've not authorized them to do anything of the sort. Yet there's always some liar in the land of Satan who thinks they have rights over me. What about the people of rights over you? Have you planned your retirement? Have you planned your death? What I mean is, do you have a burial plot? Do you have those papers? Someone kept taking that from my property. Someone has taken my life insurance policies that name my benefactor. Who gave them the right to do that in the jail setting? The girl who took in my property, named Oliver, was a bailiff, didn't do one thing right. She didn't allow me to keep my religious capabilities. She didn't allow me to document my legal things. And when I told a man named Joshua, and his last name at the moment escapes me, he didn't care. He was willing to give me a calendar from his Outlook page so I could tell what the hell day it was, but he wasn't caring enough to go track down my property, provide it to me, and redo the entire thing correctly. This is the lie they told, because what he joked about, what he mocked me about, was that, yep, it could be stolen completely. And I guarantee he participated in that theft. Or was it Lieutenant Lacus, who I gave an entire list to about how my property had a huge value because of the 24 thumb drives and intellectual property and all my metaphysical things and gifts I'd put together for someone at Christmas? So the people that I loved didn't get their Christmas presents because of the lie that they told. There was a Major Blankard, or Blackard, or something like this, who would sometimes move me about so he could see me. And I gave him something one time, talking about his officers, but the truth is he didn't do anything right in any of those moments of time. They treated me quite poorly. It's not true that I survived the cell until a black woman decided she would lie about her rights to accost me and then put me in a scenario. Every time they did this, they were lying. The truth is, we're putting liars of the land in our jails to run the liars of the land. The foolishness of those officers is that they didn't realize what I was saying, that any one of them could be accosted at any time in the future, not by me, but by the more vile men that they were insulting and putting in groups at a regular interval in those cells. In life, there are moments of time to speak the truth, and I'm speaking the truth today for you to understand that the Lord is the only way to put peace, love, and regard in the land. Thanks for listening.